All right, welcome to Module 9, which is all about numerical expressions. Go ahead and put your name on here. And our start date is 4/11/23. This is a pretty short module. Notice there's only 3 lessons plus the pre-module review. So we're going to start talking about exponents, we're going to talk about order of operations, and then solving with order of operations, which we're going to call GEMMA. Go ahead and turn the page to our pre-module review. All right. Our pre-module review is all about operations, and our learning objective is that I can identify operations and solve problems with them. So, let's talk about what operations look like. You are used to seeing certain operations a certain way, and we're going to start mixing that up now. Addition and subtraction are pretty straightforward. Addition always uses a plus sign every time, always. Subtraction always uses a minus sign every time. So addition and subtraction are the easy ones to remember. Multiplication and division are the more challenging ones. Multiplication, you're used to seeing the x as a times symbol. However, now because we're using letters in math, you're going to start seeing variables is what they're called. We can no longer use this. You still might see this sometimes, but it's very unlikely. You are more often going to see these two. This 5a really means 5 times a. Same here. 5 with an a in parentheses means 5 times a. My arrow's a little wonky. Notice there's no symbol in between the 5 and the a here. Here there's only parentheses, which is not an operation. Multiplication can be invisible. It is the only operation that can be invisible. So if you see a number and a number or a number and a letter with nothing in between, it's multiplication. Or if you see a number and a letter or a number and a number with parentheses in between, it's multiplication. Division is similar. We're used to seeing this division symbol. You're also going to see a slash, but more often you're going to see things as a fraction. So these are the more common ways that you're going to see division. Now, the ideal is a fraction. So this really just means our top divided by our bottom. So this would be 5 divided by a. And down here, this is the same thing. 5/a is really how we represent a fraction when we're working with technology like a phone or in a space where it doesn't turn things into a fraction. You'll notice in some of our mastery checks and problems, I have listed things this way, because it doesn't let me turn it into a fraction. So this is also 5 divided by a. First divided by second, top divided by bottom. Division cannot be invisible. You have to see it. Either a fraction symbol, which looks like a division sign, except instead of a dot on top, there's a 5. Instead of a dot on bottom, there's an a. This is probably the most important thing you need to remember. Multiplication can be invisible. All right, below, I am not going to go over all of these with you, but I will go over some of them with you, because I want you to get in the habit of being able to identify operations. Addition is pretty straightforward. Notice all of them have the symbol, the plus sign there. 9 plus 5 is going to give us 14. You are welcome to use a calculator to fill in the rest of those. Subtraction, notice all of them have the minus sign in the middle. 8 minus 3 is 5, and I'm going to have you fill in the rest of those. Excuse me. You are welcome to use a calculator. All right, towards the bottom here, we have multiplication. Notice these don't all look the same. Notice there's no letters here, so there's parentheses. This says 7 times 3. 7 times 3 is going to give us 21. Here we have 4 times 9. This is familiar to us. It's got the x multiplication symbol. Below we have 27 times 2. I'm going to leave that one for you to solve. But 4 times 9 is going to give us 36. Use your calculator to finish out those two as well. Remember, it's in the multiplication box, so it's multiplication. Lastly, we have division. Again, different symbols. We have our division sign, we have a fraction, we have a tilted fraction, and then we have a division sign. 28 divided by 4 is going to give us 7. This is 15 divided by 5, which is going to give us 3. This is 56 divided by 8. Go ahead and do that in your calculator and finish out these problems. Let me know if you have any questions.